Every great real estate agent should know exactly what's happening in the market. Chrissy Armagast, tell us what's happening in the market right now.
So right now, what we're seeing is, people are excited about the interest rates that are going to start coming down in 2024. That's been predicted, but also, they're a little bit nervous as far as are we going to see price increases in the properties as far as the buyers standpoint. And so I think that people are just still a little hesitant right now
Yeah.
with what the market's going to do. But what they don't understand is that we are still at a low for supply and the demand is still there. For instance, December new listings 252, and that's the lowest it's been since 2012.
Right. Yeah, there were some numbers that came out from Freddie and Fannie on housing home appreciations over the last month over month, and then of course over last year. We're still seeing appreciation on a national level, and certainly in Metro Atlanta area. So, to your point, supply is at an all-time low, continues to be at a low, and then with interest rates, we should see much more activity come buying season, which is just around the corner. So, our buying season is around the corner. What are you working on right now?
So right now with my pipeline, I do have the buyers. They are still saying let's wait until the interest rates do come down. But we've been hearing that on the let's wait till the prices come down for the last couple of years, and they are still renting today,
Right.
right? Because they thought that 2021, with the prices being so inflated, that let's wait until they come down. But if you look at the numbers, 2022, for instance, to 2023, the median price for Cherokee County was around 420,000. End of December is $477,000. So look at that wealth that
Right.
has grown
Right.
from people making that decision. I'm going to go ahead and make the move today,
Right.
and they always say you just date the rate,
That's
right?
right.
So
Right.
you're in that industry, so refinancing
Yeah,
is
for
always an
sure.
option.
We always say, yeah, absolutely. Refinance is an option. It's never a guarantee,
Right.
but can definitely be an option. But one of the things that you just resonated with me that you just said is, we're waiting for rates to come down. We're waiting for prices to come down. Rates have come down, and yet they're still waiting for rates to come down even further. And in my experience, and I'm sure in your experience, if you end up trying to time the market, you end up missing the market. And so, it's one of those things that reminds me of the saying, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered,
Sure.
that kind of situation. But all right, I'm Darin Hunter. This is Chrissy Armagast. We are here today. We're filming for American Financing the American Dream, and we're at Vivace, which I've had to practice that a few times. So if you like what you hear, please make certain that you subscribe, you like, and you follow along. Don't hesitate to make any comments on below. Chrissy, tell us what you've got going on in the community because I see you out and about. You're constantly involved in something. What are you doing right now?
So, with the community, of course, I'm involved with my, small church, local church, and then, Vacation Bible School, those kind of things. But as far as community, I don't know if I partner with Make a Wish, Georgia specifically, and it is for the local children that have illnesses, that have wishes.
Yeah.
And so a portion of my commission goes towards Make a Wish, Georgia to help make those wishes come true. And that really hit home for me. A few years ago, my family and I went to Disney World and we were taking a big group picture. And it was just, that moment of feeling, everything's just right, right? You have your whole family, you're at an amusement park, everybody's, having a good time. And I couldn't help but think about that there's children that don't have that. There's families that don't get to experience that. And so I do what I do and I started doing research and
Awesome.
decided to partner with them and got to go to an event to
Yeah.
do a send off for a
Yeah.
little girl who wanted a ski trip. And I'm also a part of that.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
So no, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Do you know how much to date have you given away to Make a Wish? Any rough idea?
10 to 15,000.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. Thank you
Well,
for that.
thank you.
That really resonates with me because I do have a special needs daughter. So,
Oh, okay.
um, you know, years ago. It's maybe for another video, but
Mm,
we started a nonprofit because we saw the expenses and the challenges that everybody was dealing with their special needs family. And my wife and I had the means, we had the support, we had the resources to, provide her with, the best possible opportunity to be successful, and many of them don't,
right.
to your point. And so, the whole point of what our charity and our nonprofit was is to help those, that can't necessarily or don't have the funds or the means to help themselves. So definitely, that, resonates with me. You're pulling at my heartstrings as well. So that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah, actually, this year we're going to be talking about um, myself hosting my own event for Make-A-Wish Georgia, just because I do small events as well.
Yeah,
And so that'll be exciting in itself. So I'm
excellent.
excited for that.
Good for you. Well, as that comes around, make certain that you include us because
Oh, I sure will.
we love to help out and contribute however we can. Sure.
Yeah,
So.
that's great.
So, all right, now tell us a little bit about your background. How long have you been in the business? Not just as a real estate agent or realtor, but you've been doing this for a long time.
So I have, back when the market crashed in 2007, 2008. We decided to take advantage of that market. And so we did buy some real estate properties for investment purposes. And, because I strongly believe in diversifying your assets, right? And so we did do that. We started there.
Hmm.
And then about 8 to 9 years ago, we decided to start flipping houses, right? That was a trend
Yeah.
that was going around. It still is. And so we were very successful with that. I think we've done 40 plus homes
Wow.
since then. And then I was, I got to a point, I had an excellent real estate agent, so don't get me wrong, but it got to a point where I hired a listing service, and that's all they did, just list it for me.
Hmm.
Um, I did all the paperwork, the contracts myself. I was not licensed at the time, and I would go open the doors, do the lockbox, do the signs, everything. And I thought, why am I not doing this for other
Sure.
people? And, so having that experience, it was just not having that
Right.
license being held with someone.
Right.
And so, Keller Williams holds my license. And, so I've been with them for a few years now.
Yes.
And, have set some goals for myself personally to get some awards under my belt because to me that's motivating
Yeah.
to keep myself going. So, um, so I have done that.
So I read where you were rookie of the year, but man, I feel like you might have been cheating a little bit. You had all this experience, and they handed you rookie of the year,
Well, they did, but I mean, they can't count what wasn't licensed,
huh?
right? So it did work in my benefit. However, I will say, I've only been in Georgia for 12 years. So while that seems like enough time, I homeschooled all my kids. I go to a very small local church, so I don't have a huge pipeline.
Yeah.
So I definitely still had my work cut out for me to get a database going.
Sure.
And so with that, of course, they always say the greatest compliment are referrals.
So, Christy, what are you doing right now to grow that database and grow that pipeline?
For me, two words come to mind, and that's relationship and connection. Go and visit, talk to them on the phone. Some of my, in fact, I have one. I still call her my client. She hasn't listed her house yet. It's been 3 years. And we'll go to lunch and we'll be there for 5 hours. You know
Wow.
what I mean? So it's keeping that connection. So from there, the referrals have gone on
Sure.
from her. And so that referral base, because I keep that connection,
Right.
people want to feel safe. They want to feel like they can trust you. And once they do, who else are they going to think about when
That's right.
they're thinking about selling a house?
Right. That was phenomenal. We talked about it earlier. They, whether it's HGTV or it's been romanticized on TV in some form or fashion. It's not easy. It is hard work. It does take time, and you have to be passionate about your clients. And you have that on the transactions we've worked together on. That's one of the things that I even looked back last night at a text, and that's one of the things I said. I said, you can really tell how much you care about your clients. And so kudos to you. That's just phenomenal.
Thank you.
And one of the reasons you're successful. And that's what I see working with so many different agents over my career, are the ones that actually care and about their clients, about their families, and it's beyond just the single transaction. It goes beyond that. Are the ones that stay successful. So that's amazing. I love that. That was absolutely phenomenal.
Well, thank you.
Now, looking forward,
Yes.
you've got some pretty awesome stuff happening, and that's part of the reason why we're here today. Tell everybody what we're doing, where we're at, what you have going on.
So, other than just moving forward as far as being a realtor, and, I don't know if you know, I was actually up for Rookie of the Year for the Southeast region.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes. So that's exciting. We'll find that out in Vegas in
Wow.
February. So
Wow.
so I'm excited about that. But, also through, my effort of wanting to grow in the business, I did an open house and ended up meeting the builder, and we had that connection, right? So there's that word again. And from that connection, forming a relationship. And now we are going into partnership. And so she is developing a mini sub. It's going to be called Magnus Estates. And we currently have the lots listed right now. So it's a luxury, um, modern farmhouse home. I know she likes to call it the, Milton Living in Cherokee County because it's so close to the border there.
Sure.
And, these homes are magnificent, what she does. And so we have partnered together to do that project. So I'm really super excited. We're going to see that start coming to life this year.
Excellent. So lots are for sale. Ground hasn't been broken at this point, though.
Not yet.
So what about, if somebody's interested and they want to know more about the lots, about the potential of the home that's going to be constructed there, what do they do? How do they find out more about it?
So, currently the lots are listed. So it's going to be Lower Union Hill is going to be the address, Magnus Estates. And of course, we're going to start putting all the social media out there for how to get in contact with me. And of course, I've asked you to partner with us as well.
Right.
And so they can always reach out to you to get to me, right? And then from there, because the lots are for sale, the homes are already pre-designed. But the exciting thing is that they can still pick out a few luxury pieces that they want to add.
So it's not necessarily custom builds.
Right.
Okay, but you do have the option and flexibility to change a few things
Yep.
right?
So, maybe an upgrade in the granite or the quartz, upgrade in the lighting package. She doesn't go to Home Depot, she doesn't go to Lowe's. These are all very custom, luxury, lighting packages. Furniture packages are going to be offered as well. I think that's
Wow.
something that's going to be niche.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be really cool because if you look at her studio,
Yeah.
you can tell she has that taste.
Well, we're in the studio right now, and it's Vivace. How do I say? Vivace.
Yes.
I'll get that right next time when I talk to her. Yes. All right. Chrissy, how do they reach you?
So they can always reach me at my number at 219-680-9122, or armagastrealtygroup.com is also my website, has my listings, has my information on there as well.
What about social media? Can they follow you
Social
along?
media, it's just Chrissy Armagast. Yep.
Facebook,
Instagram. That's
all
it.
the things?
Not all the things. I don't have time for all the things, but those two, yes.
Okay. Well, that was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate you for setting that up. Long story short, we were in a little bit of a bind here at Financing the American Dream today, and Chrissy made it happen. So thank you for your partnership. Thank you for what I believe is developing into a friendship. And it's really been an honor and a pleasure, and look forward to much more in the future.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. This is Darin Hunter, and that's been another guaranteed interview with one of the best, Chrissy Armagast.